For Black Friday, you can get The Athletic for only £1 a month for a whole year. See the link in the description now to sign up. One of the most traditional formations in football, the classic 4-4-2, has fallen out of favour with many of the top sides around the world. This system was previously widely used across football, where it saw much success under Italian manager Arrigo Sacchi at AC Milan in the 1980s, with a focus on compactness and pressing without the ball and wing play when in possession. From the 1980s and into the 90s, some of the most successful clubs in England were also utilising the 4-4-2. Between Ferguson's famous Man United teams and Arsenal's triumphant sides under Arsene Wenger, the formation was put to good use. And though we have seen much less of this formation used in recent seasons, big sides such as Juventus and Atletico Madrid continue to deploy this shape with relative success. But of course, 4-4-2 is not as popular as it once was, with many coaches prioritising an extra man in central midfield instead of two strikers. Still, the formation can be effective when used properly, when the strengths of the shape are emphasised and the weaknesses are minimised. So how does that work? One of 4-4-2's biggest strengths is the simplicity in player roles compared to other formations. Though specific requirements always depend on team principles, there tends to be an ease of implementing this formation at various levels of the game, though the flip side of this can be a potential lack of dynamism. The simple nature of the 4-4-2 also leads to a natural equilibrium within the structure. The symmetrical shape offers a balance to the side both when defending and attacking, allowing for the midfield line of four to offer support in both phases. Another extremely useful advantage is the solidity of the shape when out of possession. A 4-4-2 block can be so difficult to break down that many teams will defend using this tactic, regardless of the formation they choose to attack with. Stylistically speaking, when lined up appropriately, the 4-4-2 covers and protects the most space on the pitch compared to any other formation in football. With two banks of four and the two strikers up top, any team which uses this shape and focuses on vertical and lateral compactness will be difficult to break down. The use of wingers and fullbacks in the same formation also offers natural width to the side when in possession. Doubling up in the wide areas of the pitch, particularly when the fullback overlaps, can stretch the opposition laterally, which will in turn create spaces centrally to attack. This could be a factor which leads to a side attempting more crosses throughout the course of a match, especially considering that there are often two strikers positioned within the box during the final attacking phase. The 4-4-2 can also be a wonderful setup for a team looking to counter-attack with regularity. With two strikers at the top of the shape, there tends to be more forward options to play and to alleviate the pressure from the defenders and midfielders. This also means that in contrast to a team playing with a lone striker, the forward tandem can play off each other with less responsibility for holding up the ball and linking play. Their roles are more attacking, more based on creating opportunity for one another. However, the formation has suffered its decline in popularity for a reason. It has weaknesses which can be exploited. And one of the main reasons why a manager may shy away from the 4-4-2 is the lack of numbers in the central areas of the pitch. With many teams operating with three central midfielders, whether in a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, using a 4-4-2 will often see the side outnumbered in the middle, making it much more difficult to control the rhythm of a match. Interestingly enough, some of the perceived strengths of the system can also be seen as weaknesses. The symmetrical shape and simplicity in roles can lead to a different set of problems. The flat nature of the 4-4-2 means that in possession there is a lack of natural passing angles and passing options compared to other setups. And when out of possession, the two banks of four may become too flat, making it easier for the opposition to play through the lines as opposed to a shape which is more staggered. Though perhaps more common at the lower levels of the game, a 4-4-2 system also runs the risk of becoming stretched, and the lines disconnected from each other. Without the proper discipline from the four midfield players, the 4-4-2 can quickly turn into what looks more like a 4-2-4, both in and out of possession, leaving two central players even more isolated with the responsibility of covering the entirety of the midfield. This classic formation still has its place in modern football, and also comes with a few variations. With one of the strikers dropping off, it can quickly turn into a 4-4-1-1, or the midfield shape can also be shifted into a diamond, with one of the central midfielders playing ahead of the other. As with any formation, player instructions and roles will vary from coach to coach, and the players that they have at their disposal. With the creation of a good striker partnership, fast attacking wingers, and two disciplined and well-rounded central midfielders, the 4-4-2 is still a useful setup.
Deal of the year, I got the deal of the year, I got the deal of the year, I got the deal of the year,
It's the deal of the year. You're not gonna wanna miss this one. It's only £1 a month. For a total of 12 months, that's £12 for the year.
You wanna get the deal. You don't wanna miss this deal. It's the Athletic and Tifo. You want to get the Athletic for £1 per month for 12 months. You're not going to want to miss that. That's just £12 for the whole year of the Athletic, the best sports writing in the world.